Hello and welcome to today's Bitcoin analysis video where we will be looking at the price structure, a possible correction, as well as new price predictions, the liquidation heat map, which is very interesting to say the least, and also some new data. But let us start first of all with the price structure. Nothing has changed to the last videos in terms of the structure we think is currently happening. Green scenario and blue scenario is still both in play. We still prefer the blue scenario, but what we have to say is that, basically here, 7 days ago, the first price target for the green scenario was hit, and now we've hit the first price target for the blue scenario also. So now it's getting more and more likely that we're in for a correction. We do have some more price targets to the upside, which we share with our members. If you're interested, just check out our website. But, well, there is certainly a possibility that we see a correction from here. And of course, this is only our opinion and not financial advice. You're responsible for your own trades. Let us first look at where these corrections might go. As I've said, two different scenarios. If it's the blue one, we will see this area. And remember those prices for later in the video, 85 to 73. And if it's the green scenario, which is a bit more bearish short-term, but bullish long-term, basically means we go between 66 and 58. And again, remember, I've said this in the past videos, but I think it's important to say, 78, 73 sounds so far away, but 73K is only 20% downwards action, which is actually not a lot at all. So keep in mind, this is always possible. Even though we're close to 100K, it's not impossible that this will happen. Keep that in mind. What we also have to say though, it's definitely possible that we just see a push from here on to 100K. Nobody can tell you that. If anybody is saying that they know for sure what is going to happen, that is just a lie. But we think it's definitely possible, but also we are preparing for a bigger correction in which we will be buying the dip. Let us look at the liquidation heat maps. And if you look at this, there's of course some liquidity building up above as we're consolidating here in this price range. But you have to see how much liquidity is here at 90K, 85K, 75K. And remember what I said earlier, remember those price levels, 85K, 75K here. Those are all levels which hold a lot of liquidity, and also this support box as well. But I'm not going to zoom out that far on here. But basically, there is just a lot of liquidity down here, which is highlighted by our support zone, and it's just waiting to be collected. We don't know if it's going to be collected now, or if it's going to take a month, or it's going to take a year. But we certainly do think that it will happen, and it's a good possibility. And this data is showing us that it is getting more and more likely we will see a correction, because there's just more and more and more longs waiting below the price for a liquidation, basically. But now, last of all, the funding heat map. And we've already outlined this in our Solana video. If you're interested in that analysis, check out our latest video. But let's look at the Bitcoin funding. And funding is basically how many people are long compared to short. So if a lot of people are long, that basically means a correction is more likely, because they will most likely get liquidated. If you're interested in how exactly that works, also feel free to check out our website. We have an entire section explaining all of that. But let's look at it. It's similar to Solana as explained in the last video. We had a ramp up and then a local higher funding, basically, on the 12th of November, which is 8 days ago, at 71%, basically, which is quite high. And then we sort of corrected, and we've seen again a surge here only to about 35 to 40%, but now it's the same for Solana down here at 11% and Bitcoin at 15% almost. That is very low for funding. So what that is telling us is that we still have some room to expand further upwards, because the market is not in an unhealthy state. This push is not unsustainable. We can pretty much sustain this pump and just continue further upwards. Yeah, to conclude this, keep in mind, corrections always possible, even to 73,000, even to 66,000. It's not impossible, even all of the euphoria of the bull market. That is always possible. And of course, a straight push to something like 100K or our other upwards price targets is always possible. Yeah, if you're interested in a trading course, analysis, signals, all of those things, trading strategy even, then feel free to check out our website. But I think with that enough said, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.